Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So I decided to scrap the Jade Empire Let's Play, because honestly, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I play enough games with high amounts of dialogue, but it just felt like I was getting swarmed by dialogue. Like, I try to do something and I'm stuck in like 20 paragraphs of questions and do you want to ask this person's entire life story 10 times over? It just felt like I wasn't really making progress as effectively as I should. So instead I sort of replaced it with Star Wars The Old Republic, because I love Star Wars The Old Republic, and because I'm sort of having what would it be? A Let's Play competition with Surat. Though I'm not sure he's acknowledged such yet. I did message him about such. Because he's doing a Jedi Knight and I'm doing a Sith Warrior. Sort of opposites of each other. But anyway, back to Dragon Age as I try to jump over lesions. Varric has a quest marker. We should probably talk to Varric.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Yeah.
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
Right.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Right.
Why do you both look like cats that got into the cream?
She's taken a huge risk coming here herself. Maybe for both of us.
You're such a worrier. There's a giant hole in the sky. I think the Merchants Guild has bigger things to think about.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the Deep Roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, dark spawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such, some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
Well, Arthur, we should
We need
shut
to deal
this
with
down.
this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Okay. Well, shit. Into Valimar. Now then, you might remember where Valimar actually is. It's all the way over here in the hinterlands once they load. Only problem though is they mentioned that there's a deep road entrance over here in Orlais, and yet wait, let me think on that. So they're mentioning something about deep road entrances over here in Orlais. To get to the Thug, which is over here in Kirkwall. Yeah, that's a long ways to go. A long ways to go. However, the deep road entrance wouldn't be over here in Orlais, it's over here in Ferelden. Anyway, so that doesn't really make too much sense. Wait, to the hinterlands! And I'll be taking Varric. Jeez, Varric. Well, apparently Varric's card has gotten all grim now. Like, jeez. Code's apparently turned into that. Iron Bow is still Iron Bow in the Canary incident. But jeez, that just looks creepy. So anyway, I have to cut the thing here because loading screens. Loading.
Inquisitor.
Indeed. I still hate this. So it's like... Right. I probably made that more tedious than it needed to be, but... oh well. Actually could use Blood Lotus for something. That's why I'm taking it. And into Valimar, which means another loading screen. Huzzah!
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the Red Lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
Fun
The mining
times.
cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You're also forgetting that they've been growing the red lyrium out of people.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric needed a safe for his shard. I'm the one who built it for him.
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of deep roads entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the deep roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, well, this place again. Now go to open a locked door. Technically, going to just go that way. Probably. But we'll go the main way. I mean, it's been ages since we've been through here.
So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys? Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves.
Well, at least the Darkspawn are back. And the Court of Leech is using hell. Well, that was just a bit weird how his body ended up over there. Sadly, there's no refresh loot for us. Well, besides what they drop.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the red lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
So, this wall we saw.
I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
Wait, you built doors?
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave.
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Eric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Admitted, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you.
Why do I feel this is a trap? Eric? So you built this door to keep people out, and yet there's people inside.
What's his name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
Well, that's interesting. Click on reading it. Oh, there's the codex entry. Alright, is that a Grey Warden? I think it is. I mean, Red Templars would make sense, but
This is almost
Warden?
fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartran's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
Oh yeah, quite a bit of red lyrium downhill. And Peregrine's Luster. You can't tell me there's loot and I can't loot it. A key.
There you are. We won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You want to say something, Varric?
Andraste's ass, Bianca. You're the leak?
When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You've had people studying it for years now, and they've come up with nothing. I just wanted to figure it out.
How did you go from studying red lyrium to giving the location to Corypheus?
I found out that red lyrium... it has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research.
Well, that explains the warden.
So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's...
That one
Oh,
too.
shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
That name means something to you, Varric.
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
Oh, that Lorias.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the Red Lyrium. I had to help make this right.
You told Varric you had a lead, so we'd straighten out your mistake.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Decisions. So, do we side with Varric? Do we side with her? Do we just let go? Or do we choose this one?
Oh, for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
Okay. Now we need to speak with Varric about all this. Which means Fat Skyhold. My problem though is we can't actually exit to the world map from here. So yeah, oh, something Skyhold. And back to Skyhold. Need to talk to Varric. Varric.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is... I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
You know that's not true. You've worked as hard as any of us to stop Corypheus.
Is that true? I don't even know anymore. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Huzzah! Now then, can I have that one dialogue? I think there's a dialogue after this. It'll be worth it, if it is.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
He's
You're
happy
just
again.
in time. We almost had to start without you.
I look so unamused. I always look... I can't tell what my eyes just don't look right there for some reason.
We couldn't have that, could we?
Well, let's go with Varric.
Look who showed up, everybody. Deal him in, would you, Ruffles?
I do hope I recall the rules. It's been ages
Wicked
since I played a
Grace.
game of Wicked Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
Are 3 drakes better than a pair of swords? Ugh, I can never remember.
Seeker, remember how I said, don't show anyone your hand? That rule includes announcing it to the table.
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do.
Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
Dealer starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... Oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
Seriously, who starts at 3 coppers? Silver or go home?
Sounds good. I'm in. Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
Yeah, of course
I'm
I
in.
am.
And raising another silver.
Exactly.
You haven't even looked at your cards.
Well, our illustrious leader is betting we're bluffing.
You are bluffing.
The poor recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
He did not.
Good man.
You're shitting us!
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
Shit decisions. Varric, Josephine, drinks, story. You're not sure I have a story.
I've got one for you. So, my kith was hired for a simple caravan escort in southern Navarre. 12 days of walking alongside donkeys and men who smelled like donkeys across flat nothingness.
Then we just end it, though, apparently.
Shokrakar turned to the donkey and said,
Whoop, there we go.
"We'll let this go if you will," and walked away.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
I don't really know what happened.
Well done. You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit.
Wait, there was a
There should be
rabbit?
more rabbits in stories.
That was scandalous. It would ruin the Inquisition if anyone found out. Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything. I win again.
Deal again. I figured out your tells, Lady Ambassador.
Commander, everyone knows a lady has no tells.
Then let's see if your good fortune lasts one more hand.
I want another chance to win my dignity back. Deal me in.
Don't say a word, dwarf.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an Antivan, Commander.
I'm leaving. I don't want to witness our commander's walk of shame back to the barracks.
Well, I do.
It comes off. I didn't know it came off.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
Yeah, that was fun.
I enjoyed this.
See? That's what I mean. It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire. At least it is for me. You up for another game when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Who's that? Did I win?
It's things like that I enjoy in games. Just the lightheartedness of it. Reminds me of the Citadel DLC. Of course, it's not as detailed as the Citadel DLC. I mean, like the party part of the Citadel DLC. Not the whole Citadel DLC. But yeah.
We don't have the strength of treaties to judge a true British.
Well, I guess it's time we actually head to Wicked Hearts and Wicked Graces in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed, thank y'all, and have a nice day.